Some people are wondering what the inside of my netbook looks like, my Acer Aspire 1, and they wanted to see what's the modification which I did, so just a quick looky on what I did. As you can see, I soldered the power cables here, and it goes all the way into here, and here's the data cables, or wires. So apparently I've overheated my netbook and may have desoldered a bit of the connection, so I'm going to have to reheat it and reflow the solder, and hopefully that will fix the connection problem. Repairing my Acer Aspire 1 did not turn out well. Apparently the SATA connections on the motherboard seem to be badly damaged, the solder points, and I can't seem to get the PCIe, the mini PCIe, this little guy, to work. So I'm left with using a USB drive, which I think I'm now going to mode it so I can make it internal and put it inside a laptop so it doesn't hang out from the outside. Okay, first test of the USB internal. Alright. So what I need to do now is clean the contacts on both sides, and then I'll just put some hot glue on to give them some strength so they won't break in case I drop it again. So I hot glued the contacts to give them a little bit more strength, and I'm going to try to fit into the case and hopefully everything goes well. Whoops. Just a close up to show you how much damage has been done to the SATA connections back here, so you can understand why I've left with no alternative but to go to USB. So here's a rough fitting of it. I'm going to try to close the cover and see if it fits or not. Okay, there's going to be a quick dry run of the partially assembled netbook and see how it goes. There you go. So here's a brief history about my Acer A110 netbook, which you can see over here. It originally came with a 4 gig SSD card and had Linux installed, so I wanted Windows XP on it, and I installed then a stripped down version of Windows XP onto the 4 gig SSD card and expand memory a bit with a SD card and plugged into the side here. But after a while that was quite limiting, you know, because I can't get much memory out of it. So I removed the SSD card, which was actually connected with a GIF cable and a GIF socket onto the motherboard, for 1.8 Toshiba, which was about 30 gigs in size. It's a mechanical drive, it's not this SSD drive here, but it's about the same size, so you get the idea. I used it for quite a while, but unfortunately I dropped the laptop a few times and the cable came loose, and since GIF sockets have very sensitive connections, after a few times it came loose, it damaged the socket, I think if I'm not mistaken, on the motherboard itself or on the hard drive. So from then I moved on to a 2.5 inch drive, SATA drive, which is similar to this. And then what I did was, as you saw earlier on the video, I soldered in some custom SATA connections, and then I plugged in the drive, and that kind of worked quite well for some time, until again I dropped the laptop with the netbook a few times. Me and my sister dropped the netbook a few times, and I kind of damaged the SATA solder points on the motherboard, I think. Anyway, damaged them enough that the laptop decided it had enough, which then I moved on over to USB, which we have now. Okay, so I'm going to show you now Jolly Cloud running on my Acer Aspire 1 off a USB thumb drive, which I installed internally. So you can see it's boot time for this, but just keep in mind that the flash drive is a pretty cheap one, about less than 10 US bucks for 8 gigs, so don't expect a high performance boot up. Alright, just give it a few seconds. As you can see, it's Jolly Cloud 1.2. Okay, Wi-Fi connected. Let's just run a QuickTime trailer. Let's see. Okay. As you can see, the USB drive is a bit slow. And just open it. What I'm doing is I'm going to let it buffer to the RAM, because if I try to read it directly off the USB drive as it is doing now, it will be stuttering. So just give it about 30 seconds to buffer. Okay, that should give it enough lead time. Alright, let's try this again. Well, it's not how Windows works and all that. See if we can get it to buffer properly. There we go.
They just can't get my nose right. Hahah! Riot! Enjoy prison! I'll miss the sound of your laughter. Alone at last. Who's there? All right, listen. I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice. Here comes the smolder.
So as you can see, given enough buffering time, the Acer A110 on Jolly Cloud can play 720p movie trailers. And let's try some YouTube. Now, I can tell you right now, 720p on YouTube. I'm not sure how well it handles that, but basically the flash is quite draining on the CPU, so you'll get quite a bit of lag. But normally on a 360p it should be okay. Okay, I'm just gonna play. You gonna play? There we go. So now it's 480p. Oh, okay, as you can see, it's lagging at 480p.
I just can't get my nose right.
360.
Enjoy prison. I'll miss the sound of your laughter.
A bit laggy. This is full screen across. Can I bring this up or not? Okay. And 720. See if we get there. Okay. 720. Let's see how well this does. Actually, it's a little bit better on small screen rather than full screen. And again, back to 360 on small screen. Okay.
Alright, listen, I didn't want to have to do this.
So, here it is. Okay. We'll shut this down, then I'll sign off. Alright, this is ig33ku signing off.